Hi, I'm Amy, the family chef, and I'm here today to talk about my really easy, healthy, and delicious white bean dip that you can make in about 2 to 3 minutes. All you need are a few ingredients. Cannellini beans. Cannellini beans are a white kidney bean. They're really easy to find in the store. You want to rinse those first. Make sure they don't have too much salt on them. But before you rinse them, save the juice that they're in. I'll talk about why we're going to do that later. You're going to have some olive oil in this dip, some lovely fresh parsley, sea salt. I like to use sea salt instead of kosher salt because it's a little lighter, has a little less sodium, teaspoon for teaspoon, and I just like the flavor. Half of a lemon and 1 to 2 garlic cloves. Let me show you how easy this is. So here go the cannellini beans right in there. With the garlic, I usually cut that into just a couple of pieces, make it a little easier for the chopping. I love using my food processor, but if you don't have a food processor, you could use a blender. You do need something to chop it up pretty fine. About a tablespoon of packed parsley, some salt, so start with about a teaspoon, the lemon. And I like using the squeezer, it just makes it a lot easier. That way I don't have to worry about the seeds getting in. I could have just squeezed it over the top, over my hands, or into a bowl. So that gets a lot of great flavor. This dip I use for dips. I use it as a snack, I use it as a spread. It's really delicious, and my kids even like it. If your kids or your family doesn't like garlic, you could just take that out. Now about 2 to 3 tablespoons of olive oil. And yes, you can measure this, but I used to work in a bar, and I know what a half an ounce. So we'll start with that. We can always add more. And that's it. Those are all the ingredients. Super healthy, really easy to have on hand. If you don't have parsley, you could use rosemary. Sometimes I just go to my neighbor's yard and get it. If you don't have cannellini beans, you could use another type of white bean or even garbanzo beans. I'm going to put the cover on, give it a little twirl, and then check the consistency, and I'll be right back and we'll see how it is. So simple. So let's check the consistency after the first run. The only reason I didn't do that with you is that it's very loud. And if you can see, it's pretty thick. So generally what I do is I will let it run for about 10 or 20 seconds and I look at the consistency, and then I'll decide if I'm going to add some of the juice, which I'm going to add a little bit right now, or even maybe more. So it's probably about a tablespoon and maybe a tiny bit more olive oil. Some cannellini beans, when they're canned, can be more watery than others. So if you added those ingredients before you did that first test run, you could get a real soupy dip, and then it wouldn't be very good. So I'm going to put the cover on, turn it back on for 2 minutes, and we'll be right back for tasting and for plating it up. And I'm also going to show you how to cut some really quick vegetables. Hi, I'm Amy again, and I'm back. Let's go ahead and taste our white bean dip. Remember, it has cannellini beans, parsley, olive oil, lemon, garlic, salt. After 2 minutes, perfect texture and taste. So it's all set to go. And I thought maybe what we would do is serve that with some fresh grated carrots, some fresh carrot sticks. And I want to show you how easy it is to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, couple peels here, peel the other side. The reason I want to show you this is I want to give you some knife tips. So when you're cutting vegetables, the most important thing is to get a flat surface as soon as you can. So I'm going to cut that in half and put my knife in and bring that down. Put the knife, get that in, and then use the palm of my hand, press down. And then once it's flat, then you can simply push that over. And there, and then here's my other piece. And you might do this for peppers or for celery to serve with the dip. So now we're ready to go to serve the dip. I have some brown rice crackers, put on our carrots, okay, get our dip out, and really it's a great snack because it has protein from the beans, it has some healthy fat from the olive oil, it held a whole grain starch here with our brown rice crackers and a vegetable. Little tip with the Cuisinart is if you hold the bottom, the blade will stay in, and then you can simply Just scrape it out into the bowl, and as soon as the kids get home, you're all ready to serve. Or if you're just coming home from work or you're going to a party. So next time you go to the grocery store, instead of picking up the pre-made dip, think about making a super easy and delicious and healthy snack like this, my Tuscan white bean dip.